Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know what I did wrong. It doesn't look like we're on Kick. I'll try to fix that for the next stream. My mom and dad just gifted out 5 memberships. Thank you so much, mom and dad. Um, the court has to issue a Zoom link. All right, guys, keep an eye out. If anyone sees, before I tell my story, I usually stream these on Law & Crime or Tallahassee Democrat. So if anyone sees that they have this up, please let me know the stream because I don't see anything live yet, but usually they do it last minute. Oh, my Lanta Flower Goddess says hello from Miami. Already coming in hot with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Why don't I hear any sound effects? That's not good. Now the whole thing is not working. Thank you so much, Flower Goddess. Why is there no sound effects? All right. Oh, it's probably because Botrix hasn't woke up yet. All right. So, guys, are you ready for the story about who contacted me regarding this case? Let me just tell you, it started not great, but it ended up better. So by the way, this hearing is going to start at 10:30. So I won't, as long as there's something streaming it, I won't miss it. Just let me know if anyone sees a feed go up. All right. So, guys, I'm working. Oh, this started off really bad and it ended up okay. So I'm working on Sunday morning on more videos about the Adelscums, and I get a pop up that I got an email, and who is the email from? Ruth Markel, and I'm like, oh my Lanta, what is going on? So I look at the email, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll start out with what the email says. And it starts out, "Hi Jay, thank you for following the Dan Markel murder. My family is incredibly grateful for the work that you and others have done to keep the focus on the pursuit of justice and the preservation of Danny's life and legacy." And she goes on to say that she saw, if you guys saw, I had a video about Wendy at the bar mitzvah, and I kind of had her talking, and then it segued to The Rock calling her a bitch. It said, "Shut your mouth, bitch," or whatever. And she said, I feel, a bar mitzvah is a very important rite of passage, and she felt that was inappropriate. So I was like, oh my Lanta. I felt like the pit in my stomach that I felt was I just felt absolutely awful. So within, I don't know how many minutes of that email, I took it down everywhere. I took that video. So if you don't see that video, that's why. I immediately took down the video and I said, I am so sorry. I would never, ever do anything to disrespect the family, disrespect. So I took it down. By the way, her email was very nice. It wasn't like she was yelling at me. She was just really nice and just explained to me, and I took it down. So I emailed her probably within 5 minutes and said, I took it all down. I'm so sorry. I would never do anything. And this was her response to me, which is not the end of this story. This was her response to me after I told her. And that was this. "Thank you so much. I really appreciate your quick response. Keep shedding light on this horrific situation, Ruth." So you're damn right. I'm going to keep shedding light on this horrific situation. So what I responded to that was, I have a in memoriam video of Dan that I made, if you want to check it out. So I sent it to her, and she said, "This is beautiful." I want to cry. She said, "This is beautiful." And then she said, and I also said, if there's anything I can ever do to help you shed light or do anything, please let me know. So she looked at the video, the in memoriam video for Dan. She said, "This is beautiful." And then she said, "Can I use part of this clip?" She's like, I do speaking engagements. "Can I use part of this clip at my ceremonies? Can you send me a part of it, or I'll just use your link?" And I made her the clip that she wanted. I sent it over to her. She said, "This is fantastic." I sent it to the event organizers. So if you go to Ruth Markel signing or one of her speaking events, it might have part of my in memoriam video. So that was that. It started off really bad because I just felt awful, and then to have her say that just meant a lot. All right, do we see any feeds? Let me just check. Or is it just Thank you all for being here, folks. Take care, Donnie.
She's on her way.
What's that?
She's on her way. They just pulled her.
Okay.
Thanks, Rashi.
Her sister knew that by
Well, I was getting a phone call while
Understood.
yeah.
Chief Mac on speed dial. For all of the first half of 2020 when Mr. Markel, we're not getting started yet. If you could keep yourself on mute.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. For the first half of 2020, like, this was all we could do in the courtroom. So when we'd have case management, it was a sea of tiles, and it was just nonstop. Yeah, am I on? Have we gotten started? There was a guy who had a cat, and him and the cat were just like wrestling basically on the screen for everyone else's entertainment. It's like, what are we doing?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. I took off the Jerry Seinfeld thing.
Yes.
You won't see it anymore.
The inmates also figured out how to hack some of the digital courtrooms.
Oh God.
So they were coming in from the pods, just. Well, it helps in some ways, but it's not perfect.
Oh man.
For those who are coming in late, Ruth Markel emailed me. She asked me to take down. She was super nice. She didn't ask me, actually. She didn't ask me to take down the video, but she said she thought the video with The Rock and the with Wendy from the bar mitzvah was inappropriate, so I immediately took it down. I let her know, and then she sent me this, which was so kind. And one of the
Looks like the detention facility is finally joining.
She said, "Thank you so much. I appreciate your quick response. Keep shedding light on this horrific situation, Ruth." So I took it down. Then I sent her my in memoriam video of Dan. She said it was beautiful, and she asked for a clip of it to use in her speaking event. So I sent it to her.
Good morning, Miss Adelson. Are you capable
Lauren.
of hearing me?
3 months.
All right. In the courtroom with me this morning is your counsel.
Thank you so
and
much.
Also counsel
There's
for
Donna, the
state.
dumb bee.
I'm just going
Thank
to
you,
ask
Lauren.
at this time for all non-parties to this hearing not to speak or interfere with the business of the court. I'll allow the attorneys to make their appearances at this time.
Sarah Catherine Dugan for the state.
Good morning, Dan Rashbaum on behalf of Mrs. Adelson.
I'll allow both parties to provide any update that they wish, but I did have some matters that I wanted to raise also during this hearing today. Ms. Dugan, concerning discovery that's been turned over to the defense, are there any new or additional matters that have yet not been turned over at this point?
Not that I know of. I know that Mr. Rashbaum had an issue receiving something via OneDrive and was going to get a copy of a hard drive today from our office, so it's ongoing.
All right. Mr. Rashbaum, with regard to your review of this discovery, obviously you need to get everything the state needs to turn over, but is your review as such where we're going to need another case management in the next few months, or do you think we're in a position to start talking trial dates?
Judge, I think we'd ask for a case management sooner, maybe in 3 weeks. I think we'll have a better idea then. The state's been working diligently with us on the discovery, but I think we'll have a better idea in the next 3 weeks or so.
Okay. Ms. Adelson, there is a matter that I am going to have to address with you as well concerning conflicts that would be related to your counsel in this representation. I'm going to need to swear you in and take some brief testimony from you.
Oh, shit.
And from there, I'll continue with the attorneys.
Oh, shit. We're going to
Please
hear some
raise your right hand
testimony
now.
from Grandma Gotti.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're
Let's
about
see
to
her.
give will be the truth?
Show Grandma Gotti. We want the screen.
You can lower your hand. Ms. Adelson, do you understand under the Constitution you have the right to conflict-free representation?
I do.
As it relates to your current attorney, Mr. Rauschbaum, representing you, you understand that he has certain duties as it relates to his prior representation with your son.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
You understand his prior duty of confidence that he must maintain under the rules of professional responsibility in some way could affect your representation.
I do, Your Honor.
And do you also understand in deciding whether or not to waive any conflict concerning this matter, you have the right to obtain independent counsel on that matter?
I do, Your Honor.
Have you been able to discuss with independent counsel whether or not you waive any conflicts as it relates to the prior representation of your son?
I have, Your Honor.
And are you in fact waiving any such conflicts?
I am, Your Honor.
There is a second issue as well as it relates to the rules of professional responsibility for attorneys. There is another prohibition within them that deals with the matter of an attorney possibly being a witness in a case. I do not know if the state would seek to call your attorney as a witness for any matter. However, you understand an attorney cannot be both advocate and witness in the same case.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Do you understand as well if the state attempted to call your attorney for any reason that could materially affect your defense?
I understand.
Do you also understand you have the right to obtain independent counsel to assist you in making the decision as to whether or not you wish to waive this conflict, or even the potential of conflict, I should say?
Yes, I'm aware of that, Your Honor.
Do you understand
And
the
do you
last
waive
verdict
this
was in
potential conflict
2
as
hours
well?
with lunch?
I do.
Mr. Rauschbaum, do you wish there to be any further inquiry as it would pertain to Lazarlet versus State?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Adelson. That will conclude all testimony that I will need from you today. Does the defense have anything that it wishes to raise this morning?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Dugan, does the state have anything that it wishes to raise?
No, sir.
Very well. So we can settle on another date for case management coming up. You're asking for 3 weeks from now, Mr. Rauschbaum?
That would be great, Your Honor, if you could accommodate that. Or somewhere near that.
Right. I have case management coming up again on February 12th. However, that's my normal case management day. Is this something that we're going to be able to accomplish within the normal time confines, or we're going to need a carved-out date? Ms. Dugan?
I don't expect any issue would take more than 10 or 15 minutes, so I think a regular court day would be fine.
Very well. February 12th at 2:30 in the afternoon, we will schedule the next case management date. Ms. Adelson, once again, you will appear by Zoom, but your counsel will be in the courtroom and you will be able to hear him, obviously, in preparation for any court date. Either him or Mr. Morris can visit with you and discuss all pertinent matters. One question that I did have for the defense as well, is there going to be a waiver of speedy trial, or do we know when the 175th day is going to be if we need to start thinking about calendaring a trial?
There's not going to be a waiver yet, Your Honor. I don't know when the 175th day is, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. We're working diligently with the state to try to figure out a trial date.
Right. Ms. Dugan, do you wish to be heard as to that issue?
No, sir.
Very well. With that being said, that covers everything I believe we need to hit for today's hearing. Ms. Adelson, your counsel will be in touch with you to discuss matters before February. I will see you then. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's true.
And you're the worst.
That
You
brings the
suck,
hearing
Donna.
to a conclusion
I hope your
this
cell is
morning.
freezing.
Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good day, everyone, but the rash. And Donna, I hope your day is terrible. Well, thanks so much, everyone, for being here.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Make you laugh this morning?
Go ahead.
That's it. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. You spending the time. Oh, look, is that Sanford? Is that Pat Sanford right there? Thank you all so much. We are going to continue our regular scheduled programming, which is the Michelle Chaconas trial. Thank you all so much for being here. And thank you all so much for your support. All the folks who have followed me from this case, who have liked my videos, who have shared my videos, who have just on all social media. I can't thank you all enough. It's really been overwhelming. You guys have been amazing. We have this is all about what we want here is justice for Dan, and hopefully we're going to get that soon, and that's going to happen. Grandma Gotti first. Well, we already got Charlie's already done, but Grandma Gotti, Donna Adelson, and then Wendy and Harvey. I can't thank you all enough for your support. You guys are the best. Thank you.